Melbourne's underworld is heating up, and all eyes are on 25-year-old Majid Alibadi, as he prepares to stand trial on serious criminal charges. Police have painted him as a significant figure in the Hamad crime syndicate, led by exiled boss, Kazem Hamad, also known as Kaz Hamad. This syndicate is at the heart of what's been dubbed the Tobacco War, a violent conflict over control of the lucrative illicit tobacco trade, clashing the Hamad family against the Haddara clan and their allies, in an all-out turf war. Alibadi faces 22 charges, including allegations of orchestrating incendiary attacks on several businesses. Charges also include arson, reckless conduct endangering life and dealing with property suspected to be proceeds of crime. It's alleged he coordinated a series of firebombings and car thefts across Melbourne between September 2023 and March 2024. Among the targets were the Charisma and Almina restaurants, the Melrose Reception Centre, and a tobacco shop in Glenroy. Prosecutors say these attacks weren't random but were part of a larger campaign to intimidate rivals and claim territory in the illegal tobacco market. The prosecution argues that Alibadi wasn't just a foot soldier in this operation but a senior member of the syndicate, acting as a regional operations manager. According to the allegations, he played a pivotal role in the syndicate's hierarchy, overseeing and directing a range of criminal activities. These activities included organizing arsons to intimidate rivals, coordinating vehicle thefts to facilitate other crimes, and orchestrating the cloning of license plates to avoid detection. Prosecutors further allege that Alibadi actively participated in issuing verbal threats and making intimidating phone calls to rival business owners, demanding compliance and asserting dominance in contested territories. Prosecutors claim his role extended beyond merely carrying out orders. He was instrumental in planning and executing strategies designed to expand the syndicate's influence and tighten its control over this illegal tobacco trade. Despite the grave accusations against him, Alibadi was granted bail earlier this year in a move that sparked outrage among victims. His release was nothing short of theatrical. Associates arrived in a Rolls-Royce Ghost and a Lamborghini Huracan Evo, a glaring display of the syndicate's immense wealth and influence, as if to send a defiant message to authorities and rivals alike. The magistrate, after painstakingly reviewing an extensive 6,000-page brief and hearing chilling testimonies from alleged victims, concluded there was sufficient evidence to commit Alibadi to trial. The proceedings, slated to begin in February 2025, are expected to unveil the shadowy dynamics of Melbourne's criminal underworld, exposing not just the crimes but the power plays that fuel these operations. Meanwhile, Alibadi's defense team is fiercely challenging the prosecution's claims, arguing that there is no concrete evidence tying him to the alleged crimes. They insist he is being targeted as a scapegoat, setting the stage for what promises to be a courtroom battle as dramatic as the accusations themselves. Besides Alibadi, Kazem Hamad, the 29-year-old brother of syndicate leader Kazem Hamad, was arrested in Perth in June as part of an organized crime investigation targeting the Hamad syndicate. Police allege Kazem is the second in command and has been actively involved in the syndicate's operations, including coordinating firebombings, extortion activities, and laundering $270,000 in proceeds of crime. The Lunar Task Force, investigating the syndicate's activities in Western Australia, identified Kazem as a key figure due to his alleged involvement in past violent incidents and encrypted communications with his brother Kaz. Police claim Kazem sent cash from Perth to Victoria to fund the syndicate's criminal activities. Initially denied bail over concerns of flight risks, witness interference, and his links to organized crime, Kazem later secured release by arguing that his sole charge of money laundering could delay his trial for years. Despite having no criminal record in Western Australia, he had previously served time in Victoria for being an accessory to assault. Under strict bail conditions, Kazem was required to post a $100,000 surety, surrender his passport, and remain under home detention with monitoring equipment installed. He is also prohibited from contacting 6 co-accused individuals involved in the investigation. This story has revealed the true scale of Melbourne's tobacco wars, highlighting the Hamad syndicate as a powerful criminal organization as the centerpiece, with their rivals, the Haddara crime family, who are equally entrenched, turning the conflict into a high-stakes battle for power and survival. Beyond their violent rivalry with the Haddara family, the Hamads have sought to assert dominance over other major players in Victoria's criminal underworld. Key figures targeted by their aggression include George Marogi, the notorious leader of the notorious crime family, Sam Abdul Rahim, a former kickboxer with strong underworld ties, and Mohammed Aouida, a well-known figure in the illicit tobacco trade. These clashes reflect the Hamad Syndicate's relentless pursuit of control, marking them as a dominant force willing to confront anyone who challenges their grip on the city's lucrative criminal enterprises. The leader Kaz Hamad is a 40-year-old career criminal and is accused of leading the network from abroad. His alleged criminal empire is deeply connected to the tobacco wars, which involve over 30 firebombings, a murder, and even a chilling plan to desecrate the body of a rival's sister. After serving an 8-year sentence for heroin trafficking, Hamad was deported to Iraq in 2023. However, he was later identified to be living in Dubai and reportedly continued his criminal operations from the City of Gold. Police sources identify Hamad as the mastermind behind the criminal escalations in March 2023. His syndicate reportedly started increased clash with the rivals, using firebombings and intimidation to seize control. Authorities also suspect Hamad's involvement in the shooting of Muhammad Akbar Keshtiyar, known as Afghan Ali in South Yara in August, though no charges have been laid yet. Hamad's story began in 1998 when his family fled Saddam Hussein's Iraq and moved to Australia. By age 17, he was already involved in crime. He later rose to power in Melbourne's western suburbs, building alliances with bikie clubs and other underworld figures, including former outlaw Toby Mitchell. While imprisoned, Hamad reportedly expanded his influence through secret communication channels, directing operations from behind bars. After his deportation, he briefly lived in Iraq before relocating to Dubai, a well-known haven for expatriate criminals. In September 2023, under pressure from Australian authorities, the UAE deported Hamad back to Iraq. Though his exact whereabouts remain unclear, Victoria Police's Lunar Task Force continues to monitor his activities. Despite Hamad's attempts to remain out of the public eye, his name is now publicly linked to Melbourne's gangland violence, signaling a new phase in the city's underworld battles. However, the question arises, can authorities break down his criminal network and hold him accountable for his alleged crimes? While Hamad's criminal actions have made him a prime target for Australian authorities, he cannot be deported to Australia as Iraq and Australia do not have an extradition treaty. This means that Iraq is not legally obligated to hand over individuals who are wanted for criminal prosecution or sentencing in Australia. However, in Iraq, drug trafficking is treated as a very serious crime, and penalties can be severe, including long prison sentences, heavy fines, and even the death penalty in some cases, but the likelihood of such penalties being applied may be undermined by the country's corruption, which can influence legal proceedings and outcomes. This means that while the law calls for harsh punishment, the actual enforcement of these penalties may be inconsistent or subject to corruption within the legal system. It will be interesting to see how things evolve as law enforcement ramps up efforts to dismantle these powerful syndicates. Whatever the case, we'll keep you posted as this intricate web of gangland power struggles continues to unfold through Victoria and other Australian states. If you're looking for more thrilling and edgy bikie updates, don't hesitate, whack that subscribe button, spread and share the video, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And for the true grid Spartans out there, consider sending a super thanks or buy us a coffee to show some love. Your support keeps us going and the channel thriving, especially since most of our videos aren't monetized due to all the crime-related content. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay awesome, and take care. Wu-Tang.